Hello again my dudes, Kadima again with one more boss guide video, this time for the green monster of the swamp in Lines of P. Now for this boss, my first advice would be grab a weapon with fire. Again, I'm using my trusted salamander knife. I'm actually using its own dagger for this boss fight. Carcass amulet also helps because it will increase the damage that you do to carcasses, and this boss counts as a carcass. That's why the fire is effective, and the ring helps with boosting the damage further on. Now for the first phase, I would advise trying to get around and damaging this guy on its booty, because his arms have quite a long reach, especially when he does the swipe attacks and the plunging forward attacks. They have quite a bit of reach, and the tentacles, as you just saw him doing, also quite a big reach. So if you can avoid that, that is very helpful. As you can see, I just managed to land the charge R2 to get him on the ground for the fatal strike. The fire weapon does help keeping the damage up, and if you can get him on fire, the damage over time will also help significantly on the long run. Now, this is phase 1. During phase 1, this will be the number one advice I could give you, is try to go for the booty, stay away from his front side, land some charge R2s if you can on his ass to get him vulnerable to the fatal strikes. Moving on to phase 2, when he gets himself the puppet carcass and takes control. Again, you can still go with the fiery weapon because it will still count as a carcass, it won't count as a puppet, and the electricity will not give you more damage. At this stage, I would say that neither the fire or the electricity will give you a massive boost on the damage. It does count as a carcass and as a puppet. Probably having both rings would increase your damage, but then it would limit your options on other things that you might want to use, such as the ring that boosts your stats or the ring that boosts stamina regen. Again, for phase 2, I would recommend keeping your distance most of the time. Avoid these smashing attacks that he does if you can, and land some hits in between. Also, if you can, try to perfect guard his fury attacks, especially the ones after the smashing attacks, as they are quite easy to perfect guard. I did miss my chance there, as you probably saw. His plunging and leaping attacks are quite easy to dodge as well. When he goes into turtle mode, you just stay away from him. As you saw, I actually swapped the weapon just so you guys can see that there isn't a significant improvement in the damage output. You'll be doing pretty much the same damage even if you use a fire or an electric weapon at this stage. The only reason why I did change here, it's because I was trying to get him shocked instead of getting him on fire, so I could do more damage per hit instead of having the damage over time effect. Now again, try to dodge those smash, and then try to perfect guard while blocking with a shield, and then land some charge R2s to try to get him vulnerable for the fatal strikes. Again, his leaping attacks and his plunging attacks are quite easy to dodge. His swipe attacks not so much, so try to avoid those. When you can get the chance to get him on the ground, do so with the charge R2s just like I've done. Land those fatal strikes for the extra damage. I finally got the guy electrocuted, so he's now taking a bit more damage per hit. It doesn't last very long, however. Again, dodge those smashing attacks, perfect guard the fury smashing attack, stay on the offensive and avoid those tentacles. His leap attacks are a bit out of sync, sometimes, so you will not even have to dodge all of them. Sometimes you can just run underneath him. When he turtles again, avoid the tentacles, keep your distance, close the gap, do a charge R2, avoid the swiping left and right arms. I did get hit there, and I got hit one more time because I trapped myself between him and that pile of crap, which was not a good strategy. I didn't panic, kept my cool, distanced myself just enough to heal, avoid the smash, avoid the second smash, get some R1s in between, perfect guard the big smash, and then do a charge R2 to close the fight. And that's it, easy done. I still managed to keep 2 pulse cells. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Cheerio!